Brexit negotiator David Frost has dismantled the EU's attempts to justify their demands during trade talks in a strongly worded letter to Michel Barnier. David Frost pulled no punches in his letter to the EU's top negotiating team as the UK published its terms for a free trade agreement with the bloc in a move to ramp up pressure on Brussels to back down over its demands. It comes after the third round of talks between UK and EU negotiators, charged with thrashing out post-Brexit trade terms, once again ended in stalemate last week. In a 4-page letter to his EU counterpart Mr Barnier, Mr Frost highlighted a number of areas where his team thought Brussels was not acting in good faith during the talks. In 3 bullet points, he perfectly highlighted a series of contradictions in the EU's claims using previous agreements as examples. He said the UK found it perplexing that the EU was continuing to make unbalanced, and unprecedented demands but argued rapid progress could be made if the bloc was willing to offer terms similar to those found in free trade agreements (FTA) it had already ratified with third countries such as Canada and Japan. He said, overall, at this moment in negotiations, what is on offer is not a fair free trade relationship between close economic partners, but a relatively low-quality trade agreement coming with unprecedented EU oversight of our laws and institutions. It does not have to be like this. I remain convinced that it would be very straightforward for us to agree a modern and high-quality FTA and other separate agreements, like those you have agreed with other close partners around the world, and that we could do so quickly. Mr Frost also called out the EU on 3 arguments it has used to justify its proposals for a future relationship with the UK. He said that the EU claims the UK is being offered a future relationship of unprecedented depth.